7 subtle habits that sneak in as we age, and how to tackle them gracefully. Have you ever found yourself sitting in a cozy coffee shop in San Diego, quietly observing people around you? Perhaps you notice an older gentleman sitting by the window, softly whispering to himself as he stirs his coffee. Or maybe, during a quick stop at the grocery store in Denver, you spot a woman carefully counting her change at the checkout, double-checking each coin with trembling fingers. It's a scene we've all witnessed but rarely talk about. These moments often leave us wondering, what's really going on behind those actions? Is it forgetfulness? Nervousness? Or maybe it's just a habit formed over time? My Aunt Mary, a vibrant 72-year-old who spent most of her life teaching high school in Florida, had a similar experience. After retiring, she started talking to herself more often, sometimes even in public. She wasn't aware of it, but others were. Instead of feeling embarrassed, she turned it into a source of humor and began using small tricks to redirect her behavior. Aging brings wisdom, resilience, and countless beautiful memories, but it can also introduce subtle habits that catch the attention of others. The good news? These habits don't define you. In fact, recognizing them is the first step toward improving them gracefully, and I'm here to help you do just that. If you're enjoying this topic so far, hit the like button and drop a 2 in the comments to show some love. If you think we could do better, leave a heart emoji and comment 7 so we can keep improving. And don't forget to subscribe to After 7080 for more inspiring content about thriving in your golden years. Now, let's dive in and uncover these 7 habits, along with practical tips to address them and feel more confident every day. Stay with me, because some of these might surprise you. 1. Talking to yourself in public, why it happens and how to handle it with grace. Have you ever caught yourself mumbling out loud while standing in line at the grocery store? Maybe you're mentally reminding yourself to pick up the eggs or double-checking your shopping list, only to realize the person next to you is giving you a curious glance. It happens more often than you think, and trust me, you're not alone. Talking to yourself isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, psychologists say it's a sign of an active mind working through thoughts and tasks. My friend John, a 68-year-old retired engineer from Texas, once joked that he talks to himself because he's the only one who truly listens. But the truth is, when it happens in public, it can make us feel a little self-conscious. So why does this habit sneak in as we age? For many, it's about staying focused. Repeating thoughts out loud can help us remember things better and process ideas clearly. It can also be a way to feel less alone, especially for those who spend more time by themselves after retirement. But here's the trick. If you find yourself doing it a little too often or a little too loudly, there are simple ways to keep it in check without losing the benefits. Try carrying a small notebook or using the Notes app on your phone to jot down reminders instead of speaking them out loud. Or, if you need to verbalize your thoughts, do it quietly, almost like whispering to yourself, so it feels more natural and less noticeable. And if you do catch yourself talking out loud, own it with confidence. Sometimes, a quick smile or lighthearted comment like, "Oops, just having a board meeting with myself," can break the tension and even start a friendly conversation. What about you? Have you ever found yourself talking to yourself in public? Share your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to After 7080 for more helpful tips on navigating life's next chapter with style and confidence. 2. Hesitating or feeling flustered at the checkout. Staying confident in every transaction. Picture this. You're at the checkout counter in your favorite local grocery store, ready to pay for a few essentials. You reach into your wallet, only to realize you can't find the right card or exact change. The cashier smiles politely, but you can feel the line behind you growing longer. Suddenly, your palms feel a little sweaty, and your mind races to get everything sorted quickly. Sound familiar? Let me share a quick story. My neighbor Carol, a sharp and independent 74-year-old from Seattle, once told me how she started avoiding busy stores after a particularly flustered moment at checkout. She fumbled with her card, forgot her PIN, and ended up apologizing repeatedly. It wasn't that she couldn't handle the process. It was the pressure of feeling like everyone was watching. Here's the truth. This can happen to anyone. especially as we get older. It's not about ability, it's often about confidence. Whether it's trouble seeing the small numbers on a keypad, needing extra time to sort through bills, or just feeling rushed, these moments are more common than most people realize. So how do we handle them with grace? First, preparation is key. Before heading out, organize your wallet and make sure your cards are easily accessible. If cash feels more manageable, keep small bills and coins handy. For those who prefer digital options, setting up mobile payments can make transactions quicker and stress-free. Another tip? Don't be afraid to take your time. Most cashiers and customers are more understanding than we think. They've been there too. A calm smile and a simple "thanks for your patience" can go a long way in keeping the mood light and positive. And remember, you've earned the right to move at your own pace. Whether it's buying groceries, treating yourself to a cup of coffee, or picking up a thoughtful gift for someone special, let these moments be about joy, not stress. Have you ever had a moment like this at checkout? How did you handle it? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how you turned it around. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to After 7080 for more helpful tips on navigating life with confidence and ease. 3. Changing your tone when talking to strangers, finding your voice with confidence. Have you ever started chatting with someone new and suddenly noticed your voice sounded a little different? Maybe it was softer than usual, almost like a whisper, or perhaps it got louder, as if you were trying to make sure they could hear you. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Let me tell you about George, a retired firefighter from Chicago. George was always known for his booming, confident voice until one day, during a casual conversation at a coffee shop, he caught himself speaking so quietly that the barista had to ask him to repeat his order. It threw him off. Later, he joked that he sounded more like someone auditioning for a library job than the strong, commanding voice he used to have. So what causes this change? For many people, it's a mix of hearing changes, nervousness about making a good impression, or even the habit of adjusting our tone based on how we think others perceive us. It's completely natural, especially as we age, to feel a bit more self-conscious about how we come across in conversations. The good news is that your voice is still yours, and it's never too late to use it confidently. Start by practicing in front of a mirror or even recording yourself speaking. This helps you hear your natural tone and make small adjustments if needed. If you've noticed hearing loss, consider getting it checked. It's amazing how much clearer and stronger your voice feels when you can hear yourself properly. Another tip? Focus on eye contact and body language. Standing or sitting up straight and smiling naturally makes your voice sound more relaxed and approachable. And don't forget to breathe. Sometimes nerves make us rush our words, but slowing down gives your voice more power and presence. At the end of the day, your voice is part of your story. It carries the weight of your experiences, your wisdom, and your personality, so don't be afraid to let it shine. Whether you're ordering coffee, asking for directions, or sharing a memory, speak as if your words truly matter, because they do. Have you ever caught yourself changing your tone when talking to someone new? What did you do to feel more at ease? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to After 7080 for more insights and inspiration on living boldly and confidently at any age. 4. Repeating old stories, turning memories into meaningful connections. Have you ever caught yourself telling the same story more than once? Maybe about that unforgettable road trip across Route 66, or the time you danced until midnight at your best friend's wedding? You see the familiar smile on your listener's face, and suddenly it hits you. Wait, have I told this before? Let me share a story about my Aunt Margaret, a retired teacher from Portland. She had a treasure chest of memories and loved to share them, whether it was her first trip to New York City or the day she met her husband at a summer picnic. Her stories had a way of pulling people in, but over time, she started noticing her kids finishing her sentences before she did, and that made her wonder if she was repeating herself too much. Here's the truth. Sharing old stories isn't a flaw, it's a gift. It's how we pass down wisdom, keep memories alive, and remind ourselves of who we are. Psychologists even say that revisiting the past can boost happiness and reinforce personal identity. The key is learning how to tell these stories in ways that keep them fresh and engaging for both you and your audience. One trick? Add new details or perspectives. Instead of just talking about the picnic where you met your spouse, describe the scent of the fresh-cut grass or the way the sun hit their smile. Little touches like that make even familiar stories feel new. Another idea is to use those stories as conversation starters. After sharing your experience, ask the other person, "Has anything like that ever happened to you?" This keeps the conversation flowing and invites others to share their own memories, creating deeper connections. And if you're ever worried about repeating yourself, don't be too hard on yourself. People often enjoy hearing the same stories, especially when they're told with heart and humor. Think about your favorite songs. You don't stop listening just because you've heard them before, right? What's one story from your past that you love sharing? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to After 7080 for more tips and inspiration on celebrating your memories and making new ones. 5. Worrying too much about your health, finding peace and balance. Have you ever noticed a small bruise or ache and immediately started imagining the worst? Maybe it's just a sore muscle from gardening, but your mind races to more serious possibilities. Before you know it, you're researching symptoms online and feeling even more anxious. This reminds me of my friend Helen, a retired nurse from Atlanta. Despite her years of medical experience, she admitted that after turning 70, every little ache made her nervous. She once joked, "I used to diagnose patients, now I diagnose myself." Her kids would reassure her, but the worry still lingered. The truth is, it's completely natural to become more aware of your body as you age. After all, you've spent decades taking care of yourself and others, so it's no surprise you want to stay healthy. But there's a fine line between being health-conscious and letting worry steal your peace of mind. So how do you find that balance? Start with regular checkups and screenings. Knowing you're in good health can put your mind at ease. It's also helpful to keep a health journal to track any changes, so you have facts to share with your doctor instead of fears. Another tip is to focus on what you can control, like eating well, staying active, and getting enough rest. Taking care of your body not only improves your health, but also boosts your confidence. And don't forget the power of distraction. Spending time with friends, volunteering, or starting a new hobby can shift your focus from worry to joy. And here's an important reminder: most aches and pains are just part of being human, not signs of something serious. So the next time your mind starts spiraling, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Often, the answer is no. How do you handle health worries? Do you have tips that help you stay calm and focused? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas. And if you found this helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to After 7080 for more encouragement and practical advice on living your best life at any age. Celebrating your journey, embracing wisdom, and living fully. Getting older doesn't take away from your beauty, it adds layers to it. Every wrinkle tells a story of laughter. Every scar carries a lesson. And every gray hair is a symbol of resilience. Your life is a masterpiece, painted with moments of joy, challenges overcome, and memories cherished. As we've explored these 7 subtle habits that often sneak in with age, one thing is clear: they don't define who you are. Instead, they're simply reminders that we're always growing, always learning. And the best part? You have the power to recognize them, embrace them, and, if needed, make small adjustments to keep living confidently and joyfully. Think of it this way: aging isn't about slowing down. It's about shifting gears, finding new rhythms, and creating fresh experiences that keep your heart and mind alive. Whether it's reconnecting with old friends, sharing your stories, or finding humor in everyday moments, you have so much to offer and so much more to explore. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these habits in yourself or someone you love? How did you handle them? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your wisdom could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this message spoke to you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to After 7080. We're here to celebrate this incredible chapter of life together, with more tips, stories, and inspiration to keep you thriving. Thank you for being part of this community, We can't wait to see you in the next video.